garden like a masquerade. Before I catch a L, catch a plane. I probably you before I your chain. Switch it up. It's rap.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome your New Orleans Saints?
We welcome you, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, and that's Cairo Santos to get us started. And off we go from the Superdome. And it'll be brought down past 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by a fifth-round selection out of the 2024 draft. From South Carolina by way of Oklahoma, it's Spencer Rattler.
You know, I'm interested to watch him play today, Mike. I think this is a guy that hasn't had a lot of opportunity throughout his career to prove himself time and time again, week by week. So limited action, limited game experience, but he's definitely got all the skills to be successful in this league.
On the ground for the first time, this is Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be hit and dropped behind the line. Great push upfield defensively. What a way to start this one.
Like, this defense talked all week about the importance of coming out fast and starting this game the right way, and it's less about the loss of yards there on that first play and more about just setting the tone. Hey, we're going to be here all day, we're bringing it, and boy, did they ever.
To throw on second down is Rattler.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. From the gun, here's Rattler. Open man is Shaheed. That's complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That is a big gainer for the Saints. And even 30 yards.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. A fake to Kamara, and now Rattler. And he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line. Brady Jarrett in there for the sack. Worked his way through. It's a loss of 5.
Well, that's certainly one way to bounce back here defensively after giving up a huge explosive play on the previous snap. To bounce back and come away with a sack, now you find yourself in second and long. You can catch your breath, and the opportunity to get off the field has just gone up.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Working out of the gun, here's Rattler. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. Get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up third and 9.
Third down and 9. In motion is Hill. On third down, it's Rattler. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Brandon Cooks with that pass. And now now it's 4th down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. So here come the Bears and their quarterback for the 2nd straight year. The #1 pick in the 2024 draft, it's Caleb Williams.
So although his rookie season didn't go exactly according to plan, the best thing that happened, Mike, was he started all 17 games. And I know there were some ups and some downs. He's got a new regime now, new stability, new head coach. And I think it's going to allow all of his physical talent we saw coming out of college that made Caleb Williams the #1 overall pick. I think it's going to let it shine, because there is no question. When this guy is in the right system with the right play call, he is as talented and as productive as any quarterback we've seen come out of the draft in the last couple of years. And even though they'll say he had a man in the vicinity of the throws, clearly not intended to be caught, really smart play. Don't risk a turnover here. Live for the next snap.
Williams to throw on 2nd down. Open man, that's Rome Odunze. Mark him down just shy of the 40. 17 yards on that play. 1st down, Chicago.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup. There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. You can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 4. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. And he's going to have a 1st down and forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do, and man, the play-action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
They'll run it for the 1st time with DeAndre Swift. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Mario Davis there on the play.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the Saints' 43-yard line.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Swift. They converge on him quickly. They'll only get a couple. Ryan Brzee there for the tackle.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Williams hit, and he loses the football. And fortunately, their center able to rein it in, and they'll retain possession.
These are the opportunities that just kill defensive coordinators. You got the ball loose. You did everything you want. But now you got to recover it. You need better pursuit to the ball. More bodies around the ball carrier. Because when that ball pops out, you've got to be on it. These opportunities don't come around often. And when they do, you got to seize the moment.
1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. He's to the 40. A big run. They finally get to him and bring him down. So come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. More from New Orleans after this. It's the Saints with the football here as quarter 2 begins. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Operating from the gun, it's Rattler. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Here's Rattler now on 2nd down. This defense pinning their ears back, coming to get him again. Dio Odengbo getting in for the sack. And that's going to lead to 3rd and very long.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Here's Rattler. Here's a screen coming for Kamara. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up 4th down.
I think there's one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. Now they got a 4th down decision to make.
A 50-yard attempt.
Rupee's kick is good. And the Saints will take a 3-0 lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. On the return, it's Tyler Scott. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. The offense is a little slow to start percolating. 3-0 the score as they begin this drive with a 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
87, it's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd and a couple. Off play action. Here's Williams. Flush to his right.
You know, Mike, nice job here from the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. They'll go with the sneak. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that 1st down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the 1st down.
That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
And their offensive struggles just continue to show up time after first half. It's going to be hard to sustain drives when you continue to put themselves in holes on these early downs like they did here.
On second down, it's a run with Swift. Not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
They're trying to set up the screen here to Swift. And he's going to get this close to a first down, but he's out of bounds a yard short. And that's going to make it fourth down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on third down, you know what that tells you, Mike? The decision to go for it on fourth down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a fourth and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this fourth down.
Here's Torrey Taylor now. The punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. Nearly a good one. A hit at the 6, but continues in the end zone. It's a touchback. Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap here for Rattler. He's got a receiver wide open. Left side. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode. And that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points.
It'll be a pickup of 10. First down, New Orleans.
These curl routes. He's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Andrew Billy getting through there to drop him for a loss of 6.
Having a dominant pass rush so often translates to wins. But that's hardly been the case here, Mike, and they're able to add another sack to their total before half, and that's great. But somehow they still find themselves trailing, and that's the only thing that matters.
On second down, here's Rattler. Shaheed with the catch. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in this second quarter.
3rd and 8.
They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. In motion goes Cooks. Throwing on 3rd down, Rattler. Open man, left side, he's got it. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points. But either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points.
Saints to use their second timeout as they'll stop with 27 seconds remaining until halftime. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. the gun. Rattler. And it's a reception for Taysom Hill. And he will not make it to the end zone, but he's down inside the 5-yard line.
6 yards.
That is a big gainer for the Saints. 36 yards.
At the 4-yard line.
And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Here comes Blake Grupe for this field goal try.
A
This
21-yard
about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Saints, on the strength of 2 field goals, take a 6-0 lead.
Nice job there securing points with that final play. Of course, they would have loved to have come away from that possession with a touchdown, but I think they're going to be happy with 3 going into the break.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
We go from sorry inside, but ready to grab them. The keep to the front. I want the money to pack, the moolah to bag, the currency stacking the jump. We want the freedom to live and the freedom to have.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Williams. He's gonna look for the home run ball. Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Isaac Yadam. So, halftime straight ahead, and we send it over to Scott Hansen, who has the EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one. Likely to play a big role. Who's going to walk away with a W? First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Bears offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. Still in search for their first points in this one, but only trailing 6-0. And this drive will begin with the first down. They'll start on the ground with Swift. Able to tiptoe around one tackler, but not a second. He'll be taken down for no gain right at the line of scrimmage.
When you look throughout this game, Mike, I don't think there's even a debate. This defensive line has clearly won the battle at the line of scrimmage over this offensive line. And for an offense that wants the run game to be such a critical element to its plan, they've got to do a better job because there's nowhere to run. There's no holes for the back to find. And all these zero or negative runs are putting them in some really bad spots.
First time they've looked his way all game long. He comes through with the grab and a first down.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width Not enough depth, and a quarterback like this has got to take advantage.
That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's second down.
Brings up second.
Luther Burden, the intended target. It's second down. They will run it over center with Swift. And to pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up third down.
On the stop. 5 yards on the play. And it's third down.
Working out of the gun, here's Williams. He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline.
And another wasted drive here, Mike, and they start to add up. And coming out of halftime, you would think that they would make some adjustments to try to get some points on the scoreboard, but so far, looks like much of the same.
The Bears send out their punt teams. And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit the field of play and continue out of bounds. The Saints offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. They'll run. It's Kamara. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. If he gets a yard out of that one, it's second down.
1 yard gain. Brings up second and 9 at the 31-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, it's Rattler. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. It's good for a Saints first down.
And this is so much of the skill sets that we're seeing around the league at the running back position. You don't want to have to sub your running back off the field, Mike, when you build what they call these empty or 5-wide sets. Can you keep your running back and run true receiver routes and be a threat? Because when you can, there's a lot of big plays to be made.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain in the backfield.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at their 48-yard line.
From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 5. Looking to throw, Rattler. His pass taken in by Shaheed. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. 14 yards. 14 on the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
1st and 10 at the 30.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big games like this.
Does some good work on the ground here. Going to take it inside the 30 with a run of 8 yards.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1 at the 29-yard line.
From 29, here's second and a yard. Here's Cam Akers for the first time. He's taken down just shy of the 10. They gain 18 yards on that ball. It's good for a Saints first down.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that can all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
Shaheed in motion. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and 4.
second down is Rattler. To the goal line and in. Chris Olave. Touchdown, Saints. A two-point conversion attempt coming.
The Saints will line up for the two-point conversion.
Looking to throw is Rattler. And he will get in for the two. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
After the touchdown, it's Ruby to kick this one away. Scott now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to take over once again. They're staring at a two-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Mario Davis there on the play.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 29-yard line.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. To throw is Williams. Pass is caught at DJ Moore. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
And the Bears.
We're off to the 4th quarter here on Christmas Eve. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Here's Williams. He'll get this underneath to Swift. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 45-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Williams now to throw. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. It's a pickup of 12. Good for a Bears 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. 12 was nice last time, so they did it again. Another 12-yard pickup and another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
again. It's Williams. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to DJ Moore. And it'll bring up second down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
Throw right side, blocked by Odunze. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
At the 9.
This is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the fourth quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's first and goal.
The big tight end, Cole Kmet, the intended receiver. And it'll lead to a second and goal.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
We'll try to throw again. Here's Williams. Oh, looking end zone, but it is out of the reach of the receiver and incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
2 plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on third and goal. Williams to the air once more. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's fourth down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game. Like, it just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And he will score! Game on! Rome Odunze! Touchdown Bears! Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
And now they'll go with the more popular of late analytics-driven decision. Down 8, going for 2. Throwing again, Williams. In trouble, and down he goes.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this 2-point try, but execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
A little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Saints offense, veteran Alvin Kamara set to take over once more. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll work the middle here with Kamara. And he'll be brought down around the 38-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
4-minute offense, Mike, so what does it mean? 1, make the defense use all of their remaining timeouts. 2, continue to pick up first downs, milk the clock. And then 3, if possible, finish with the ball in your hands.
On first down, they'll stay with Kamara on the ground. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here, and they'll get together prior to the second down play.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll go again here with Kamara. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago. Talk things over before third down. In motion is Hill. Third and short yardage, and here's Rattler. That is caught. Hooks gets the grab. The Bears go ahead. I think there's third and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
At the 43-yard line.
I can see from the front and the new at once. I was gonna have to walk back by. From the slots, but I be on old net, but I will never walk back.
They'll stop it here. We have an injured Saint on the play. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. From the 34-yard line, here's second down and a yard. They'll go play action here with Rattler. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it, you start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
It's the quarterback with the sneak, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of a yard.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Second and 11. In motion is Hill. They'll drop to throw. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
And they'll only get a couple on this one, so the defense holds, and it brings up fourth down.
On the tackle. A 2-yard gain. It's fourth down.
So a pressure kick coming here for Blake Rupe. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Now, Caleb Williams in the Bears. Down by 11. 27 seconds to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. This is 1st and 10. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Is caught on the sideline and both feet inbounds. A big 3rd down pickup for a 1st down.
That's good.
Give him 18 yards on that one and a 1st down.
18 on the play.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success. You can't fault the quarterback on this one. Like, he really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. Throw here is intercepted. That's the linebacker, Pete Werner. And the Saints are going to come up with the late turnover, but it will only matter to the stat keepers. This ball game is over. So this one, a win for the Saints. And right away, you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. And as a result, they're going to come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints are winners, as we say so long from New Orleans.